I need everyone to be silent. I need everyone to sit back and listen. Something's going on in heaven, but what is it? This extension from Revelation chapter 4 to chapter 5. What's going on here? I see the Apostle John crying. He's weeping, sobbing bitterly, but why? I see now. There's a scroll in the hand of he who sits on the throne. And John searches all over heaven and all over the earth. But he finds no one able to take the scroll from he who sits on the throne. And he's weeping, he's crying. What's this? A mighty angel stands forth and tells him what? Don't weep, don't cry. For the Lion of the tribe of Judea has prevailed to take the scroll and to open it. And John stops crying. He says, what's that? What's that you say? And he turns. And he sees a lamb as though it had been slain. Could this be Jesus? Surely it can't be. They put him in the ground. They put Roman soldiers all around him to be sure no one took his body or anything happened. You're trying to tell me that this is Jesus? He's alive? He's well? You mean this meek, timid lamb that rode into Jerusalem on a donkey is now standing in heaven, alive? So death didn't keep him in the ground. But wait. John's mind goes back to Roman imagery of animals in Jewish apocalyptic literature. And he realizes no longer is this meek, timid lamb that was led to slaughter. No longer is this meek, timid lamb who took what the world threw at him. He has now become a warrior lamb. God's moving in heaven. He's getting ready to do something. Sit back and observe what he's getting ready to do. Looks like to me he's getting ready to go forth and to conquer. But this can't be. But yes, it is a warrior lamb now, isn't it? But I'm looking around, but I see no armies. See no tanks. See no guns. See no nuclear submarines. See no fighter jets. How can this be? Is he going to war with no weapons? What this has proceeding out of his mouth? Is it truth? I see now. He has not conquered through weapons. He has not conquered through tanks or violence. He has conquered through his death, through his burial, and through his resurrection. And now I see he's getting ready to go forward, not with tanks, not with guns, but with the gospel of Jesus Christ. This meek, timid lamb that rode into Jerusalem has now become a warrior lamb, going forth to fight and to reclaim that which is rightfully his. And he will reclaim it through his death, through his burial, and through his resurrection. And they say, well, who's worthy to do this? And all the chorus of heaven sings out, worthy is the Lamb who was slain, who has received power and glory. What an image of Jesus Christ. What an image we find when we begin to look at the animal literature and imagery of the Roman Empire and Jewish apocalyptic literature, and finally discover and realize that this is no longer a meek, timid lamb. This is a victorious warrior lamb going forth to claim what is rightfully his. And he's doing that through his death, through his burial, and through his resurrection. But I see all these horrible things happening in the book of Revelation. But then I remember that in every act of judgment, there's always a choice that man can make. And those very acts of judgment that God brings are also acts of redemption, to try to bring people back to him. What a great image of Jesus Christ from Revelation chapter 5. The warrior lamb going forth, not with armies, not with tanks, but loaded with the gospel of Jesus Christ, to rightfully claim that which is his through his death, through his burial, and through his resurrection. End of chapter 5, but not the end of the story. I'd like to thank once again MtZion211 for entering into this discussion with me on the book of Revelation, and let him know that I thoroughly enjoyed his videos and his point of view on the book of Revelation. And I thank him for that in the kind, courteous way in which he and I can approach each other in a Christian manner and discuss our differences in a book that is so rich. Until next time, this has been Golly saying, God bless.